Good morning. It is December the 11th, 2017. Time to kick off another week and day of trading. Hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact of any of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Hope everybody had a great weekend. It was warm here. It was in the 60s, and we've got those scheduled for this week. Okay, today we have the 3 and 10-year auction. And that tends to take the market higher, upward bias. So this one's at 11:30 Eastern, and this one's at the regular time. 1300 tomorrow we'll have the 30-year, and then Wednesday the big news event this week is a 25 basis point rate increase, and they'll be paying more attention to guidance. And right now we're hearing 4 interest rate increase for 2018 as opposed to 3. So we'll get to see how it is. Today's news jolts usually doesn't impact the market. 6.10 million. And so I think the focus right here will be on the 2 auctions, and that tends to take us higher. The market's got to go back and forth to move paper. So we're going to play up into the 3-year and down into the 10-year. So the way that we're going to do it. So we're more interested in buying weakness than selling strength. I'd hoped this morning when we first started out to buy 5s to 9s, 29s to 1, but we had that big surge up. That may not be possible. So we're going to put a question mark here at 13. We're going to say 8 to 12 is support. This will be our buy zone. Buy 1. We're going to move it up. And we'll move it up 1 to 5 will be buy 2. So that's a change in thinking. And then on the 10-year we'll look to get short, hopefully at 20 or above. So we'll make 19 to 23 sell 1. And then 27 to 31 sell 2. They can't take markets straight up and move the paper that they need to move. There's got to be some back and forth in there, and that gives us good opportunity as traders to get on the short side into the 3-year, probably make 4.30 seconds. On the long side, 6.30 seconds plus. And on the 10-year, we'll be more aggressive on the sell side. We should have a good trading day because of the auctions. Hope everybody's football team won this weekend. I didn't watch any football. And it's freed up a lot of extra time that my wife is rapidly filling up, but also gives me a little more time for myself, which I like. I think the NFL has peaked. College football is what it is. Filled with inconsistencies. The pro game's a lot better, but they're just a bunch of, just takes too much time. You get right down to it. Okay, 16 to 20. First resistance, sell 23s to 27, sell 1. 31s to 03, sell 2. On the buy side, we'll have support 4 to 8. So we're buying 29s to 01s. And 21s to 25s. This when Microsoft does new upgrades, sometimes it screws up other programs. And if Microsoft, I've had this problem twice now, if Microsoft prompts you restart now or schedule for later. Restart now and get all the stuff done. Just go ahead and take your lumps. When I've never had any luck on reschedule later, and it screwed me up to boot. Had to call Chris and get things sorted out. Microsoft owns your computer, and by golly, they do. You can't argue with that. Okay, looking at gold. We've been talking, last couple, well, actually about 3 weeks ago we started talking about stops below 1250 and we got them. We have the FOMC meeting on Wednesday, going to raise interest rates. A lot of that's probably built into this. But the trend is clearly lower, so stops below 1200. If you look at the symmetry and if you look at the tendency of the market to normalize over time, you can see right here 77 all the way up to 62, so that's 90. If we take 90 from 77 right here, that takes us down to stops right back here below 1200. And we've got a new move out of the middle. That was how I would do the splits right there. And we're headed down, so first break in the market comes in this 1240 area. And we have an attractor down at 30, and if we get through 30, really, you can see the next low volume number, 1192 to 1205 is where we'd expect the next support to be. So market is headed lower. With some patience, you should be able to reap the benefit from your shorts. Okay, 53, 55, it's where resistance is. Sell 1. 58 to 60, sell 2. On the buy side, we've rejected prices below 49. So we'll make 49 to 47 buy 1 and 43 to 45 buy 2. It's software glitches. I mean, it's just a fact of life. There's always something going on. And today I'm up bright and early and ready to get going. And it's a good thing I was up bright and early. I just didn't know that I've been spending it with go-to-meeting problems. Might have to get up especially early on Monday mornings, just if it happens next Monday. But I had a Microsoft upgrade this weekend, and I don't know if GoToMeeting did maintenance work over the weekends. It's a pretty stable platform. I would imagine it probably had more to do with the Microsoft. But I cleared the cache on both machines. I did a cold boot. I took everything down after trying a couple of 3 restarts without shutting everything down. So, okay, right here on the euro, you can see this 1810 area up to 1820 is where resistance is right now. So we can come inside 1805, 1815, sell 1. We get through that, next resistance really 56. Got the Frankfurt high right here at 45, so we'll make 35 to 45, sell 2. London's low is 78, so we'll make 75 to 85 buy 1. Picking up this area right in here. And we'll make 50 to 60 buy 2. See a trading range for the euro until Janet speaks for the last time. Okay, crude oil. Middle East was relatively quiet. The Arab, those that make their living off of inciting riots and the rest of that were pretty disappointed. I think they had about 3,000 active rioters in the Gaza out of a population of 3 million, so they'd hoped for more. You know, things are changing in the Middle East. This change in Saudi Arabia is huge. Cutting themselves loose from the Wahhabi, changing the focus from being just a commodity producer to trying to get other stuff going. I don't know how you get anybody to go to spend resort time there except in the dead of winter, but you know, who knows. But you know, throwing in and making some deals, not really, you know, gung-ho Israel and the rest of it, but at least recognizing that they could be a force against Iran. The enemy of my enemy is my friend, which seems to rule in the Middle East. So some huge things are going on over there. So we don't know exactly how it's going to shake out, but things are on the move. 57 to 58, sell 1. 58 and a quarter, 58.50, sell 2. Congress passed the resolution in 1995 to move the embassy to Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. The Clintons, the Bushes, Obama all ran that we're going to move our embassy to Jerusalem. Wink, wink. Say anything to get elected, and then they don't do it. So Trump did do what Congress passed and authorized. It's interesting to see all these people that voted for it back in 95 now saying it's not. Shame on you for doing it. So it's politics as usual. But there's some huge things going on in the Middle East right now, and we don't know how it's going to shake out. Iran supplying crude missiles to the Houthis to fire on Saudi Arabia. And there's just a lot of things that will be addressed probably with violence before it's all said and done. Don't know what the outcome's going to be, but we know that there's scrambling in the Middle East. Okay, we have rejected prices over here above 63. So that's kind of the key number that we've got to take out and build volume on. The rallies in Asia, the rallies in Germany and in the UK follow through buying based on the rallies that the United States had on Friday. So here we are pointed higher. This is resistance. Trump's tax package. It's the market's focus. The market will be subject to news spikes, not going to pass. And it'll come from Republican senators. I mean, the Democrats have already said it's not going to pass. The benefits are going to those evil capitalists and those evil wealthy people. That's really not true when you go in and read it. In fact, those evil wealthy people are being taxed more as it stands right now. Business needs to be cut because we have the highest corporate rate in the world, and looks like worst case scenario will be 22% to get started. Best case will be 20%. And then Ron Johnson and a couple of other people held out to change the small businesses, the pass-throughs, the Chapter S's, LLCs, etc., to cut their max tax from 25 to 23%. So we'll see what happens. That's where we are right now. So everybody's anticipating it will be passed by year end. Okay, a structural limit sell right here would be against 60. That's just the high volume number, most recent in the market's memory. And you can see that little bulge right there. We've got a P, we've got volume over time. The market's going to the low side. A limit buy down here would be at 26.51. The high volume number, most recent in the market's memory. So we're going to make our first buy 50 to 52. Then 45, 47 for buy 2. Our sell is 59 to 61, coming inside that 63. And then 64 to 66. So, tax package, new spikes from senators and or House Republicans on the reconciliation as trial balloons are floated. And there's no other news to drive the trading in indexes today. So, like to get long first, can't take out that 63 area. We can trade from the short side. Any questions? Well, it'll be interesting to see Bitcoins on the CBOE. On the CME, it's supposed to open up next Monday. I imagine Bitcoin's going to trade higher until that's done, and then we'll see if there's any sellers out there. Back in a bit. Got a lot of stuff to put up. I am behind.